What's up, everybody? I'm feeling good today. Did my push-ups, feel good. We got some charts to look at. We got some levels we got to pay attention to. And we got to make sure that we stay on the right side of these trades. We are setting up for an incredible 2024. Man, it feels good. The markets are pumping higher. I want to see every one of you that are here early. You are the true OGs showing up before the stream even starts. We get to see everybody. I can read every one of your messages in here. We can be fam, baby. Let's see some emojis. By the way, let me see if I can gift some memberships. I think we only need like 8 or something memberships. I have 3 emojis set up, and I polled you guys yesterday. By the way, go over to the BitLab Academy page and look at the wall, the community post. Vote on that thing. At the end of the stream, if we have enough members, I will update an emoji live in the stream. Sawtooth Hiker, 5 gifted memberships. Big love to you, my man. Let's see where we're at. Let me see if I can. It'd be great if I could do this even before the stream starts. Let's see. Only need 4 more. This is going to be great. We're going to be able to do it. Awesome. Bob Moe, welcome. Justin Beeson, welcome. John Kidwell, welcome. Star Dog, what's up? Giovanni Lewis, we got some great charts we're going to be breaking down. Everybody get involved. Let us know how you're feeling. Are you buying? Are you selling? I'm going to be covering some of these coins that we bought yesterday. I shared that portfolio with you guys. We got some things to look at. We got some great price movement today. Let's talk about it. Five memberships. Sawtooth and Alexandra G. I think we just hit the mark. Let's go ahead and get this new emoji set before the stream. Let me reload this page. I believe it's going to be the alt with the, why does it now say 22 members needed? Why does this do this? Ugh. I hate the YouTube membership shit. You know what? Let me see if I can I'm just gonna spend the money myself out of my own account. I'll just gift $100 worth of memberships. Hold on. Gifted memberships. I believe we only need 2. So if 2 of you lovely individuals want to buy a membership, we will have, I believe, let's see, it says, 22. So I only need 2 memberships and we will get that next emoji. So throughout the stream, I'm sure we'll get it. Big love to you guys. Let's get this going. What's up, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome to the BitLab Academy daily stream. My name is Kelly Kellum. welcome to the show. I don't know why that is not working. You know what it is? I got to come up here and go to, I don't know, lower third. Not on there. It's all good. Everybody, how you doing? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell. Let's get this going. We got enough members now. I'm going to be adding a new emoji. I'm going to add it right now. You guys voted on it. Let's come over to the page right here. If we go to community, boom, right here, boom. It looks like you guys voted on option 1. This is going to be the next emoji, unless you guys go over to this page right now and vote differently. I'm going to give you about 10 minutes. I like that alt emoji with the crown. So go and vote. And I'm going to get this added here before the end of the stream. We'll have it in here now. Shout out to everybody that's on the stream. We got to talk about what's going on with this market. We got to talk about what is happening with this price action. It is looking juicy. It is looking frothy, baby. It's looking like, I mean, let's just look at this right here. Let's go down. Let's make it feel really sexy. On the 5-minute chart, it is just making its way up, healthy, push up, stair-stepping up, stair-stepping up, stair-stepping up. And this is what we want to see. Of course, when we look at it on the hourly, we see it just slicing right through. But this is what we want to see when we're expecting price action to move higher. Now, the question is this going to be a trap? The question is this move down that we had, was this a spring? Was this an inverted head and shoulders for it to push up? Is this the move that we're looking for? Well, we can see on the charts right now, we've got a couple things that we're paying attention to, which is this level right here. Random blue line on the chart, right? Well, remember, always zoom out, especially if you're looking at charts over time and you see a line you don't remember where you had it put from. Look at how strong this level has been and how important this was right here. Look at this. Arcing down into this level. Bottom falling out from under it. Now, resistance, resistance, resistance. So this obviously, when price pushes up, is going to be an area that we need to pay attention to. So this is a good thing because we have a roadmap on the chart to, if you are playing this, maybe take a little bit of profits. Maybe, don't buy, 100x long when you see the price action approaching this area. You have a roadmap for hurdles on the chart. Now, does this mean that we cannot go higher? No, that's not what it means. What we're trying to do is stack the probabilities in our favor so that we can take consistent, profitable trades. Price action is pushing up right now, and it feels great, but don't get lost in the emotion. Don't get lost in the hope. Get lost in your strategy. That's what you want to do. Be excited about price action, sure, but don't let the excitement change the type of strategy, the type of risk management, the type of moves you're making based on the way you feel. Your feelings are the mechanism by which smart money, big money, institutional money, professional traders, they're counting on your feeling. They're counting on your hope, your fear, your excitement, so that they can make you put your liquidity in the market, knowing that if you're taking these trades based on hope and fear or excitement or greed, if your mechanism by which you're taking a move in the market is any of these emotions, then you're playing into a playbook that they can predict. They can take advantage of that emotion, get you to put capital in the market that once the price action moves opposite direction, if you acted on hope or fear initially, they can trigger the opposite emotion when they move the trade away from where your entry was. When they know that you were betting on hoping it going higher, they reverse it. Your money's now in their pocket. They buy that boat. They buy the deck. They buy a new trip for their wife. They buy a ring. They buy with your capital because you donated it to the game. So my question to all of you right now, are you here to donate money to the game, or are you here to stack your capital over time and see compounding growth so that you can have a better future, so that you have more capital for your friends and family? And unfortunately, the only mechanism you can use to do that is by buying smart and selling smart, not buying because you're hopeful or fearful, or selling because you're hopeful or fearful. So in essence, by nature of having a strategy, you are going to be the type of person that unfortunately is going to be taking money from somebody that was trading without a strategy. That's the nature of this game. That's the nature. This is a dog-eat-dog market. It doesn't care about your feelings. If you are trading and your dad is trading or your mom is trading and you have a strategy and they don't, you are going to be taking money from them. So my goal here on BitLab Academy is to teach you strategy, tools, resources, and a community that we can all engage and learn with so that all of us can grow together. So we can be the wolves in this market so that we are not donating our assets away to somebody else because we are playing a lottery, which is what you're doing if you're trading on emotion. So if you like that, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, join us in here. Let's get these vibes up because we got to talk about this market pushing up. Right now, we're seeing it move to the upside. We see also Ethereum pushing up right into a key zone that we saw allocated on this chart. Exactly. Look at this high. Look at this bounce, this wick right here, bounce right on the top of this box. All this bounce at the bottom of the box, bounce at the top of the box. And where are we at? Look, we rejected at this initially, and now we're clearing liquidity through it. But not only that on Ethereum, we're also, look at this. We have this rising level of resistance. We had a deviation here above, and what we get? We got this trend shift signal here on the BitLab trading stack that also showed high volume coming out, stopping volume, and a trend shift. And stochastics were coming down through this, giving us that stoplight action protocol, 1, 2, 3 signals that agree with each other that are saying, if you're trying to go long, you're getting 3 red lights here. So if you're getting 3 red lights, then that means maybe that's an opportunity to short. And what we get, boom, great opportunity to short. Where'd it come back to? Came back to a trend line that we have established from all the way back over here in January 23rd, 2024. Of course, this is on a 4-hour chart, but we see this broadening wedge. And what we're doing right now, we have explored the bottom side of this range. Now we're exploring the top side of this range. And what are we looking for? The narrative between the bulls and the bears. Who's going to be the dominant narrative? As it stands right now, we pushed up into the top side of this range that has this resistance right here. But this resistance is perfectly confluent with this key level of price activity from historical trading all the way back here into December, all the way through here. We have this confluence here. So this gives me a little bit of a hesitation. Now, if we zoom out on this and we talk a little bit about the macro, we see the price action. We see the bulls pushing up, and I want to jump in. But let's pause ourselves. Let's zoom out. We have the confluence of this resistance, this diagonal level of overhead resistance coming confluent with this horizontal level that we see from previous price action. And so we have to hesitate a little bit saying, I'm just going to jump in. But now understanding the macro, any pullback from here, I'm looking at a great opportunity for a buy because when we look at what's going on with the on-chain data here, the net flow data from Ethereum, we're seeing these little bars right here are showing that Ethereum is being pulled off of exchange while the price action is also starting this parabolic uptrend. So even if we get a larger pullback than we're expecting right now, it's not going to give me a heart attack. It's not going to trigger my fear. It's not going to trigger my, should I sell? Mother, are you out your mind right now? Talking about selling when we're looking at this sort of price structure, price action pushing up, coming back to the bottom, pushing up, coming back to the bottom. And we're right here. We're basically, essentially, look, this level, this diagonal level of resistance, this is where we're at right here. We've broken out of this on this little move right here, coming back down. This little move coming back down. We've talked about this time and time again, understanding these market cycles, but we can also ask, what's going to be the fuel for the price action to push up? Ask yourself that. What's going to be the fuel? It's going to be capital. It's going to be money. It's going to be watering the garden. That's money coming into the asset. And we can see right here with this capital flow chart from Bitcoin strategy platform, this is negative capital, money flow out. This is positive capital, money flow in, watering the garden. You want your plants to grow. You want your portfolio to go. Let's pay attention to where the money's flowing. And we can see we had a huge outflow here. This is right following the cascading failures into the FTX collapse. And then what do we see? An uptrend, higher lows all the way up through here. And so eventually we're getting this movement of capital. What can we take from this? It's not just movement of capital into the asset. This is a great metric that gives you a direct idea of what the narrative and the sentiment is on this risk allocation. So if you're starting to see a shift in trend from money flow out to money flow in, this is what we're looking for right here. Don't even pay attention to the price action. We're looking for this trend right here, a push up, retest. People don't believe it. Push up, retest. People don't believe it. But it's staying predominantly positive capital flow. And then look at this parabolic move up, and look exactly where this is right here. This is post-halving, and then we get this large move to the upside. Okay, where are we at right now? The halving's coming up. So essentially, we're looking at this area right here. Now, of course, this was a black swan, huge capital flow out. So let's look back at the previous cycle. Push up, come back, retest, push up, come back, retest. And where we're at right now, maybe we're going to get a retest. Maybe we won't. But regardless of whether or not that happens, we know where we're at on the market cycle in relationship to not only the halving, but also the capital flow in this world markets. This is that chart we've been waiting on. We're waiting on this to flip around. This is a metric that's going to show capital is increasing, global liquidity. And then from that, then we can then look for capital not only now being available, but then flowing into this asset that we're expecting to go up. We're seeing some great things right now, very bullish. We got 97 people in the room. I want every single one of you to join us here and also let everybody know where you tuned in from, what city, what state, what country. Let's see if we can tie our community together, because this just isn't about charts. It's about empowerment. It's about our mind. It's about community. And I'm here to show you where I messed up, where I lost $100,000 in one trade so that you don't have to. This is all about rising the tide together. All of our ships should be rising. And I hope all of you are here for that, because we are here for empowerment, for positivity. This is not a troll channel. This is all about, let's do this. So let's go ahead through some of these metrics I want to cover. Remember, reminder, boom, 618 fib. I was just talking to one of our new interns earlier today. Not only an intern, I already consider him a friend. He's a smart guy. He's actually filming right now on the other side of this camera. But talking about these 618 fibs, this golden ratio, the ratio by which all things in nature are organized. Trees in a forest, flower petals. The way a tree decides where to put branches, the golden ratio. And yes, it works in markets too. And we can see on this macro level, this 618 fib is a very clear indication to also where the halving is. Look at this cross section, boom, right here. Look at this cross section right here. We're just below it. We already tapped it here. But we have this ascending triangle sort of formation with the fib and the rising level of support, fib, rising level of support, fib, rising level of support. And what did we get? Boom, we had this movement right here. Okay, this was this last cycle. Now, I don't think we're going to get something like this. I think it's going to be some sort of combination between this market cycle top, because we had a double top, or the two previous blow-off tops. But the point being is, up is the 88 to 98% conclusion about what's next in this cycle. And I'm talking about on the micro. Could we get another 15 or 20% pullback? Sure. It's becoming less and less likely the closer we get to the halving, and the more inflows we're seeing on all these Bitcoin spot ETFs. Not only that, let me scroll out of this real quick. Let me come over to my page. We saw this from James Seifert yesterday. Where is it at? Right here. We're seeing, look at this. This is actually from Colin Talks Crypto, retweeting James Seifert's numbers here. But what we're seeing is that outflow from Grayscale starting to diminish. That trade is starting to expire. We're seeing larger inflows coming into these Bitcoin spot ETFs. But in addition to all this, if you guys did not see the news yesterday, Fidelity not only has a Bitcoin spot ETF, but now they're also including a 1% allocation in their conservative index, which means automatically when people buy that, even if they're not expecting to get Bitcoin, they're going to have a 1% allocation that's going to be buying into Bitcoin as well, of that capital exposure in that market. So things are feeling good. I'm feeling like the markets are shaking off some of that disbelief. It's still there. There's still some disbelief in the market. And as we just showed, there's plenty of hurdles above our head, but we're also seeing, look, adding 2%. This is going to be a growing narrative. Adding 2%, because there's going to be all the super crypto heads, and there's going to be people on the periphery that still don't know if they believe it, but they start seeing stuff like this, and they start seeing Fidelity adding 1% allocations to their conservative index. We're going to see things like BlackRock saying that, I believe their report was 2 years ago, 84% was the optimal level of Bitcoin exposure. That was just astronomical for them to say that. But look at this, adding 2% Bitcoin to a classic 60-40 portfolio vastly improves performance. But most investors are too focused on sharp ratios. The point being here, there's a narrative shift happening, let alone the new capital flows that we have into Bitcoin. The awareness of Bitcoin over the last 14, 15 years has not only grown, but we also have had a huge amount of mainstream media sharing FUD negative press about Bitcoin, while all the super believers or people that are just looking at the data have seen that this is an answer. This is another opportunity. This is the opportunity of our generation. And now that BlackRock, Fidelity, 21 shares, Bitwise, the list goes on and on. Now that they're getting involved, they're also pushing financial products, financial instruments that have Bitcoin in them. Now that mainstream media narrative is changing. And the question is, are you going to be a buyer here under $50,000, or are you going to wait to then jump in once it's above 300, once it's above 400? Yeah, it's never too late, but let's be honest, that's too freaking late. Let's get in on this. Let's take advantage of this opportunity. So let's go through a couple more charts here. Look at this metric, baby. You'll want to figure out how to make money like the whales. You can use on-chain data to give you the signal what those whales are doing. Balances with over 1,000 Bitcoin. Okay, we have an uptick. This doesn't matter. It's just something on a chart, lines or nothing. Well, you're going to be poor. Use the data to your benefit. And if you don't understand it, use your mind to learn how to read the data. And that's what we're doing here. That's what I want you all to realize. You have every tool at your disposal, more than we've ever seen in history, because Bitcoin and blockchain have on-chain data, transparency that on each block print, you can see what the activity of every different size wallet behavior is in the market. I'm not following somebody that just bought in for the first time at the very top of a market cycle. No, I'm saying, hey, what are these big dogs doing? They're looking at data maybe smarter than I am, even if you don't know how to read all the data. You can read the data that says, okay, when's big money buying? Well, look at this. Market cycle dipping all the way $700, all the way, oh, it's falling. Bitcoin's dead. Drops all the way down here into the 200s, high 100s down. And what do we see? Sharp uptick right here. What is this? This is the number of wallet addresses with over 1,000 Bitcoin. Sharp uptick, a little bit of chop, but upward trend. And what does this do? It precedes this move from the high 180s, 190s, all the way up to $20,000. Smart money said, okay, it's scary. There's blood in the streets, which means there's about to be some dollars between them cheeks. But what we can see right here, this is a shift in narrative. Smart money is looking at the data signals. They're seeing the market bleed. They said, now we take our shot. We take the shot when everybody's scared. What do we see right here? Market bleeding from 20,000 all the way to 3,500. Look at this huge uptick right here. Way ahead of where this huge market uptick happened in price. What do we see right here? We saw an uptick. Everybody can get faked out sometimes. So this, we did see price action follow this, but then we still continue to fall. But we see right here, huge uptick happening on the current price action with where we're at. See this uptick right here from 1900 all the way, so we're getting this movement, the 1,000 Bitcoin wallet addresses stacking into this dip right here, the sell the news narrative. So smart money's telling us something. So what does this mean on these charts? Well, we're seeing this setup. Now there's two opportunities here. There's the bearish opportunity where we get the A, B, C correction with the lower low, maybe testing down below $38,000 to $35,000. But I'm getting less and less convinced that's likely based on what's happening with all of the positivity that's surrounding. And I don't mean positive like sentiment. I mean like actionable positivity, like H-Bar signing a $250 million deal with the Saudi Arabian government. What? We got Bitcoin with all these spot ETFs. We got huge amount of movement with Dennis Porter. If you don't follow him, give him a follow. Basically out there, not campaigning, but going and sitting in on different state legislatures as they're passing bills. And every time a bill is proposed, what has to happen is they start learning about Bitcoin. because they're going to have all the wrong information. And then they have people like Dennis Porter and other people that are out there stepping in with legislatures, different legislative bodies, giving them the data. Things are bullish right now, guys. I don't care if this drops and gives us this opportunity down below 38,000. But I wouldn't bet against this potentially even chopping somewhere in this market, maybe even pushing up to this 46.5 and coming back and testing in this region and then continuing. I am a net buyer right now. We talked about this yesterday. This list of coins right here, I bought all these yesterday. I think I bought one or two the day before, but 98% everything that was here. I looked at the macro chart. I covered this. If you guys did not watch that video, go back to yesterday's live stream. It is right, where is it at? It is right here. If you go to live, this right here, altcoins watch list. Go back and watch this if you have not, because I covered why I was buying these, and I was looking at that macro, those macro charts. And where is the other one? Right here. This is a total 3. We have this downtrend, rounding bottom. We broke through this key level, came back, found support. So I'm looking at that position trade. Let me come out here. The position trade, meaning this area right here, trying to capture anything I can right here to capture this moment, this momentum to the upside that we've seen post-halving each time. And what happens? This isn't going to happen every time, but I bought everything based on that macro chart. And what does it look like? What does it look like on the chart? Well, let's go through it. Let's come up here to ETH. Let's go to the 1 hour. These, and again, remember, I just bought it like, it was like 8 in the morning because I wanted to do this for the video to show you how simple you can make it. You can trade every 15-minute chart. You can also take large positions in terms of timeline, understand the timeline, not have so much stress looking at charts all day, every day, understanding where we're at in the market cycle and letting your positions do the work for you, okay? And with that, it just so happened, maybe it's instinct because I've been in the markets forever, but look at all these. This green bar is where the price level in the bar that I bought on. So I bought on this bar right here. It was actually just before this. Price move up, came back down, and then it has been moving up. Link right here, bought right here. We've moved up, come back down. And again, I don't care if this comes down. I will only be DCAing about every other week. So, but markets, this is going to be, I can't wait to be able to zoom out this on the weekly and have the green bar so far down. And you know what happens too, when you take these longer term position trades as a larger portion of your portfolio, not 85% of your entire portfolio you're trading. When you take position trades based on where we're at in the market cycle, knowing that very highly likely large parabola is going to be coming, doing a lot of work with price action to the upside. And I know it's going to be 12 to 18 months. What does that also mean? Once you get past that 12-month mark, you also, when you do take profits, you cut your capital gains in half. So not only are you de-risking yourself, you're also de-stressing yourself. You're also cutting down the amount of money you got to give away when you do take profits. If you're able to identify a good place, you're not going to catch the entire move. Because remember, some of these altcoins, AVAX is a great example. Let's zoom out. Let's go to right here. Go to the daily. This got all the way down here into $8. So maybe I got it up here. Man, I missed, what is that? I missed this move. That's not what I wanted to draw. Let's do a shift. There you go. That is a 294% move. But what I was trying to show you all is that there's ways that you can minimize your risk. You're also going to reduce some potential profits, but you could take advantage of the majority of the move. And that's what we're doing here. So ADA also, I mean, look at this on the 1 hour chart. This literally just happened to be when I was buying. Boom, look at that. Near. Right on this W, broke out, boom. SCI on the progress up. GRT, bounce to the upside. Ribbon Finance. And there's one that I did not share with you guys yesterday, and just because I forgot, but we're getting a little bit of sideways here. We might even get a pretty large dip, much smaller market cap on this one. H-bar, moving up. We got a little bit of a head and shoulders here. It may pull back. And I actually hope that the price levels on any of the assets that I bought yesterday, I hope that it drops below the level that I bought it on. Most people will be like, well, why? Because then I can lower my average entry. TIA, ripping, boom. Decentralized social. This was the one I forgot to share with you guys yesterday. DeSo. This one's got a lot of sort of legacy players in it. Great partnerships. Decentralized social platforms and tools, and also, you know, pretty decent size market cap in terms of growth potential. Then, of course, Render token. This is just kind of chopped right around this area. And I hope these things fall. Now, when we get back over to where we're at, we're talking about, even though I'm looking at all these altcoins, I want to know what the signal is going to be that give me indication that things could drop. And in this case, I talked about this on the Discover Crypto show. We had all these liquidations, all these bright colors. This means there's liquidations in that zone. What did this do? Attract it into it. What did it do? Attract into it. Attract into it. Now we've gone through this whole zone. We've cleared that liquidity. And so the question is going to be, is this the next magnet? Is this the next area we need to be paying attention to? Because as it stands right now, we've cleared this zone. Are we going to get that move up? So what does this look like? Well, we can look at this, 47,000. Where does this look like it lines up on the chart in terms of our just traditional TA? 2-hour time frame. Let's see where $47,000 is. Essentially, yeah, right up in this zone. Contending with this macro blue line that we've been looking at, this macro trend line that we've really been paying attention to the whole, where you at? Where you at? There you go. There we go. This blue line is what we're really paying attention to in conjunction with this dotted resistance. Both of these creating a zone for us. Where are we at? Damn it. There we go. Creating this zone that we're really watching coming up into the zone. We already had a push up here, a little bit of a sell-off. Remember, we want to see these sort of retest support resistance flips. We want to watch for that. Currently, we're getting a little bit of sell-off. That's okay, because we also know that there's been a huge, look at this, 112% growth in the amount of volume on derivatives. It just gets people excited. This right here shows you that mechanism of triggering emotions is working. And what this does is it adds new areas in the market for where liquidation zones can be triggered. Because remember, if you have a high number of liquidations in particular areas on a chart, then that also leads to more people, smart money, seeing that there's more people and liquidity at certain regions, and gives them incentive to sort of push the market in that direction. Because then it's free liquidity. Because if they're pushing it there, that's not a healthy movement to that point. They can trap that liquidity, reverse it, move back down, get people to shift their sentiment, now flip bearish. They get people committed bearish. Now everybody's shorting because, oh yeah, now it's going down, only to then flush out those liquidity zones and then rebound. And you get that whipsaw price action. And everybody that doesn't have a strategy gets absolutely screwed. What we've seen right here is this exact thing. Push up, capture liquidity, ride this ETF narrative to the upside, reverse it back down, get people committed going short, traps them, reverses back up. So we got the whipsaw here. And this is such a highly contentious point that we're in right now, right on the edge of institutions starting to get in and awareness starting to be there that if you are not acting in this market with a plan, you are only in here gambling and your money is going to be in my pocket. Your money is going to be in somebody else's pocket. And I'm here to help you keep your money in your pocket. But you got to have conviction. You got to have strategy. You got to have rules that you set and that you stick to. And that's why, if you haven't yet, make sure you get into BitLab Academy, bitlabacademy.com. We break down all these things course by course, lesson by lesson. We've got the community in the BitLab Discord, breaking down the charts, breaking down the signals, breaking down the setups, having live streams, showing you these alpha charts, showing you exactly what we're doing, showing you the portfolios, the moves we're making. We want you to make it. We don't have to do this. This is about community for us, because I feel like everybody here at Discover Crypto, at Hit Network, at BitLab Academy, feel like we're missionaries just trying to show you what you can do to prevent yourself from getting in your own way, and what you can do to throw a sail up into this market and ride this liquidity. Be a part of riding it to the top, not donating it to the game. So coming back over to these charts, what's going on here? We talked about this in net flow, ETH net flow negative. meaning less available liquidity in exchange, supply shock. This also is indicative when you see a negative net flow on the ETH or Bitcoin or any asset, see a negative flow from exchange, that is suggesting that people are not planning to sell. In addition to that narrative data point that you get, you also get the indication that there's going to be less available of that asset on exchange, which creates a supply shock and that makes demand have more of an effect on price. So this is positive things that we're seeing. Now, if we come back over here, we talked about Ethereum pushing up into this zone, potentially coming back. We have this whole dynamic support zone right below us. If we lose this level, this very top side of this zone, which is a 20 moving average in EMA, if we drop down into this, I would really like to see the price action stay above this VWAP, this yellow line right here, part of the BitLab trading stack. Stay above this line and basically retest down maybe this 382 right in here. Retest in this zone and then make another move back up if we're going to be breaking down. As it stands right now, things are feeling a little frothy, so things can get charged very quickly. So let's be patient with the moves we're trying to make. Now, we can also see Celestia. We talked about that a second ago. Celestia is in price discovery. It's a newer coin. Look, just pushing up, up, and away. So what does this mean? Well, we have this 1.618 right here. And what is that? We take the Fibonacci, Option F if you're on Mac, Alt F if you're on PC, then click once, and then click twice. And we can see if we move this over, what we're doing is here, we went from the top to the bottom of this range. And this gives us a, look at this, golden pocket, a lot of interaction here. So we know this is a valid Fibonacci range on the, so now we have the Fib extension, 1.618 is right up here in this $24, $25 range. So this is where I'm expecting price action to work its way up, maybe within this zone, get a little bit of another rounding sort of reset. What is this? What is it, guys? We know what this is. Rise, retrace, continuation, retrace, continuation. That's on this 4 hour. If we look at it on the daily, then what this is, let's actually go to the 3-day. There we go. Now we see it very clearly. This is a bull trend, baby. You see it. Rise, retrace, continuation, retrace, continuation. My only hesitation with this is, what do you notice? As bullish as I am on this, there's something very profound that is very obvious when we look at this that gives me a little bit of hesitation on a technical level as a bull, and that is this huge expansion. A little bit smaller expansion, much smaller expansion. Is this giving us a possibility for a potential rollover and, basically large retrace continuation? All these things can shift at the drop of a dime. And the fact that these are newer coins, but they have positive narrative around them, this may be a hesitation as a market slowed down over the last 3 weeks. It could expand right back into it. So let's stay patient here. Let's let the market do the work. Now, if we come back over here, we look at Cardano. Cardano, man, it's ripping. Well, on the daily, it's not really doing much. I mean, on the daily, look, broke down right here at this bearish signal here on the BitLab trading stack, lost the trend signal line, came back up, retested it, rejected it, telling us we were going further down. What we do, we went further down. We had this reversal sign right here that did, it basically front ran this a little bit. But then when we came down, we created an order block, pushed up where? To the trend signal line. Rejected back down, found support where? Right here on this 20 moving average right in here, trading right around this VWAP. Now look at this, wash out to the downside, higher low, and push up to the trend signal line again. I think this is trying to, tap, 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 tap-a-roo. No, tap, tap on this glass ceiling as it has. It's pierced it. This time didn't. It pierced it. It came back down a little bit. We want to get better resolution. Let's go down to the 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, we can see, look at that, M formation. Boom, 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 boom. Lower highs as well. So this is telling me this may have a little bit of a consolidation in this range. I'm leaning more bullish than bearish on anything. If we get any sort of retracement here, I'd like this on the 1 hour to stay above this zone right in here, because we see all this price interactivity here. We see this little peak right in here, and it's roughly about where this trend signal line is. So 50, I'd like to say above 50 cents essentially, because that's right where the weekly VWAP is too. But if we do get a bit of a correction in here and then another attempt to the upside, I'm so bullish right now. The question is, when you're looking at the charts, Are you bullish because you hold a coin? I see so many people in these chats on different YouTube streams and on Twitter. They're bullish, but they have no merit for being bullish. Even if the chart's bullish, great. If you're bullish only because you own something, you're a numbskull. Go and do some diligence and figure out, if somebody asks you, what are 4 reasons that support your thesis? Have those 4 reasons in mind immediately and say, okay, if you're bullish and you have 4 reasons why you're bullish, great. What are 2 bear case scenarios? If you don't know that on every asset you're trading, you're doing yourself a disservice because you're painting yourself in a corner of trading emotionally and with bias versus having the data to back up what the hell you're investing in, what you're trading. That's what this is about. I want you to stack wins, not stack hopes and fears. Let's get this together. Everybody, we got a huge deal going on right now. We got to wrap this a little bit short today. Huge deal going on right now. We weren't going to share this with everybody, but I decided the other day I was going to do that with you. This deal is expiring here very shortly. Make sure you head over to lab.bitlabacademy.com. Where is it at? That's not the link. It's somewhere in here. Right here. Lab.bitlabacademy.com. Head there. If you're not in our BitLab, premium Discord, this gives you free 30-day access. And afterwards, it'll be basically only $25 a month, which is cheaper than we're paying now, than we're charging now. But then as soon as you sign up for this, you can cancel anytime. As soon as you sign up for this, then there's an upgrade option. It's not a 30-day free trial, but it's an upgrade option that has the lowest bundled cost for the courses and the indicators. And you get grandfathered at that price. You hold that cheaper price for the life of your account. So get in on this. Join us in the Discord. We're sharing so much stuff in there. You know, JJ calls, breaking things down. He's going to be doing another live session tomorrow as well. I'm breaking down things. We have the VIP charts with John Dalton. I share stuff in here as well on Corduroy, Pro Traders. We got scalps, the tradings, the setups, why we're doing those things. Gym calls, gym chat. The whole point is, get in the community. This is all about growing together. We're breaking down the signals for you. lab.bitlabacademy.com/Josh. And remember, before it gets to the deadline, do your damn taxes. Just cryptid.tax/hit. Get involved with doing things in a productive way. Don't wait till the last minute. Who knows? Maybe we'll get some money back. You can put it back in the market. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the Discord. That's all I got for you today. Every single one of you. Oh, we got to do the emoji. We didn't do the damn emoji. How did I almost forget that? Let's head over here. Let's look at the emoji. Let's see. Earn. Now, custom perks. Emoji. I don't get it. Why does it still say 22? Let me refresh the page. I just spent $100 on gifting out some memberships to you guys. This sucker better let me do an emoji. Otherwise, I'm going to do an angry face emoji. I don't understand it. Now it says, I'll show you guys. I can't show you because I'm not logged on that. But oh yeah, I can here. I can't. It's 16 more members. I think it's because so many people dropped off from all the gifts before. As soon as this happens, I'll add the next emoji. My apologies, guys. YouTube is just jacking me around. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I will see you in the Discord. And make sure you have a good day. Make sure you plant a seed of kindness. Make sure you forgive yourself. Yeah, that's right. Forgive yourself. You messed up at some point in your life. Forgive yourself. You're an asshole at some point. Forgive yourself. But the best way you can do by forgiving yourself is by finding moments that you can be kind to everybody on a daily basis. Sharing love, sharing empathy, sharing knowledge. But don't force knowledge down people's throats. Offer them a seed, a route, a path that they can take on their own. Let's empower each other. Let's grow together. That's all I got. Adios. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for coming. Thank you for always tuning in. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for being here. Thank each and every one of you for being friends. Hit that like button, sucker. Let's do this.